everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I'm here today with a beauty related video, and it's pretty much, as you can tell from the title, help, I need to throw away all of my makeup and start again. So I'm pretty much going to be going through my not everyday makeup routine. I'm wearing this little lemon dress, so I'm gonna, let me try and show you this lemon dress. So I'm gonna try my hardest to create a look to match this dress. And then in doing so, I will show you guys what I have in my makeup bag, the things I think are essential, things that are extra, and the stuff that are new, that have become staples, and stuff like that. So it's kind of a chit chat, get ready with me, but not really. So the first thing I'm going to use is a brow pencil. This is just the Maybelline Brow Satin. It's just like a drugstore brow thing. I usually use MAC's Spike, it's by MAC, because I prefer brow pencils with like a very thin end. So I just fill my brows in. I want them to look kind of like natural. So once brows are done, I like to clean them up with a concealer. This is just my NARS concealer that I talk about in all my videos. Just a concealer and an angled brush like that. So it's just at an angle like that, and then so it's sharp enough to kind of cut. Okay, so brows are all cleaned up, and you know, sometimes you can go out like this. I generally don't, but a lot of people do, and yeah, it's an option. Next important thing to have in your makeup bag is an eyeshadow base, so like an eye primer. This allows your eyeshadows to be quite pigmented and, you know, rich, so it looks, it gets that professional feel. I just use any kind of flat brush and go all around my eyelid. After I'm done making myself look a little bit more crazy, I just take a powder, translucent powder or setting powder or whatever, just over that primer so it's not sticky and the eyeshadow I'm about to put on can blend properly. The next thing I would say you need in your makeup bag is one or several very good eyeshadow palettes. I have so many that I love. My favorite probably has to be the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. This just has an array of colors that I just love. So it, you know, neutrals, reds, bright colors. You know, I think this is a very good one to go for, and the colors are very pigmented. However, today I will be trying a new palette from a Nigerian brand from Tao's Cosmetics called the Dolly Lana. I've actually been seeing this a lot on Instagram, and she actually just sent me this. So I'm so excited to try. I'm really excited to try this yellow to go with my dress. So that should be quite interesting. And then I'll probably do some mix in with my Jaclyn Hill palette as well, just to create a nice little look. So I'm going to do that off camera because I have no idea what I'm doing and I don't want to show you guys rubbish, and you know, but yeah, a good eyeshadow palette necessary. Okay, so I went ahead and did my eyeshadow off camera, and I'm a bit irritated now. My mood has gone all sour because I always do this same like look that I've got on, and I was trying to do something different, but it's daytime and I'm going out, so I didn't want to walk around with like a heavy full face of makeup. But either way, I feel like I've just wasted a day because I basically had this exact same eyeshadow yesterday, so that's annoying. Anyway, moving on. Wow. Anyways, moving on. Eyeliner, liquid eyeliner for a cat eye is essential. This is the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner, and this to me is the best liquid eyeliner that's ever been created ever, because it's just so thin and fine and precise, and you can just get the best wing ever with this. Okay, so I have now done a wing liner. I would have shown you guys, but I'm not very good at doing it on camera because I like literally have to be about this close to my mirror and with like utmost concentration. So I've done that. So when you've done that, the next thing are a good pair of lashes. This I'm also unfortunately going to do off camera because I can't, like I'm this close again to the mirror. But, you know, I would say lashes, that's a personal thing. Everybody's eye shape is different. So in order to figure out what lashes you like, you're going to have to try several different ones. I personally like the Ardell Demi Wispy Doubles. They're thick enough and they taper at the end, and they're just exactly what I like. So I'm going to put those on real quick and I will be right back. Okay, I've basically done all of my eye makeup off camera, but the reason is because it's just not something that I can explain in one long video. This video would be like an hour long if I went through every single individual bit of my makeup, but this is just more about telling you guys what you need in your makeup bags and how to stock up so that when you do watch tutorials and you do watch, you know, stuff like this on YouTube, you have everything that you need. Anyway, moving on to face. The product I'm gonna recommend for primer is the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser Primer. This primer I've just used for a very long time and I really, really love, and it just kind of, I like silicone based primers that kind of make me feel like there's a layer of cling film or something over my skin. I like to feel like my skin is being protected from, you know, the makeup actually being able to get into my pores and stuff. And that's kind of what primer is for anyway. Give it a chance to absorb before I put my foundation on top. For foundation, I'm using the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Makeup in the color Caramel Beige W7. This is a drugstore makeup brand, just L'Oreal. You can get this at Boots or pretty much anywhere. There's a helicopter flying. You can hear that. Yeah, so just Boots or anywhere. It's pretty cheap, but it's one of my all-time favorite foundations because of just how good and how well it blends with, it matches my skin tone. To put my foundation on, I use one of these. This is the Real Techniques Face Sponge. It's basically a Beauty Blender dupe, but I think it works better than the Beauty Blender. And so do a lot of other people. But, you know, to each his own. So I dab my foundation on and then I dab it with this sponge. Next, you want to use some concealers. I use the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the colors Ginger and Biscuit. I mix two colors because Ginger is a bit too light and Biscuit's a bit too red, so together they work perfectly. I would recommend going into the store to get your foundation matched, your concealer matched, so you know how much of a highlight you want. I just kind of like so. I have a whole video on like my base technique when I'm trying to snatch my face and my skin and placing my concealer for highlighting and my contour and stuff like that. I will link it somewhere on the screen now so you guys can go and watch that. To be honest, you could have just watched that instead of this one, but you know. The next thing you want to do is to contour. That just brings color back into your face because obviously you put on foundation, you put on concealer, your face is just a bit washed out from all the beige, the 50 shades of beige and brown and stuff. So you want to take a shade about 3 or 4 shades lighter than your skin, and you know, mark out the hollow points of your face that you want to contour. So, you know, right underneath your cheekbone, and I only do my cheekbone and my forehead with this dark color. I do my nose something a little bit lighter. I take one of these brushes, so another angled brush, kind of like what we use under our eyebrows, but it obviously bigger and thicker. And I use this to, you know, it's controlled, so I can blend and keep this dark color exactly where I want it without getting my whole cheek kind of musty. So there we go, that's my face, you know, kind of contoured up. The next phase of your makeup is to set, so you need to get yourself a very good translucent powder. There are several. There's the banana powder, the NARS. I know Fenty Beauty came out with one, but still the ultimate holy grail is the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I think everyone who does makeup has tried and loves this. It recently came out in the medium to dark shade, so darker complexions who don't want this translucent kind of look can get something else. So I take this on my still damp beauty blender and just kind of underneath my eyes a little bit. I don't really go heavy like most people. You know, I'm not a full-on baker, but I still you know, and then I take that powder again right underneath where I contoured, just to give that a little bit more of a sharp I look a bit crazy, I know, but it's temporary. So after I've set all the place where I put the concealer and I put it underneath there, I then take my bronzer. What I use is the NYX matte bronzer, so obviously bronzer of your choice, with a big brush like so. I don't go too heavy with it, and I set that darker contour color. I don't care if it goes a little bit onto the translucent powder, that's fine, because obviously we want everything to blend together. But this, you know, just makes you look tan. Can you see the difference? Right, so after we've done the bronzer and we've let this translucent powder sit for a little bit, I like to go over with a normal, you know, face powder that's your complexion. This is the matching True Match powder of my foundation in W7. And a brush like this, and just get some powder and use this to blend the two colors together, get rid of that white cast, you know, and just warm your face up a little bit. So at this point, your face base is pretty much done. What's left is to add stuff like we've added bronzer, sorry, blushers and highlights. So obviously there's 1,000,001 options to choose from, so I'm just going to show you like 2 or 3 of the ones I like to use. Okay, for highlighters, I'm really loving the Huda Beauty Desert Sands. This is Gold Sands at the moment, but again, I'm trying some Nigerian brands. So this is Taos Ink again, with their Taos Glow highlighter, so that's what I'm going to be using. So I'm going to try out these 2 highlighters and kind of see how they work. First, I'm going to use the Huda Beauty one the way that I normally do. This is a bit of a wet set, so I don't like to use it once I've put on a lot of powder. I usually use it when I don't have foundation on. So I'm going to take the second color, which is Seychelles, and just go on the highest point, see, of my cheek, and just put that on right there. You already, like, just one swoop and you already have like a nice thing going on. This also comes with like a little bit of a glitter bronzer. This is Tahiti, and I put this underneath, like kind of where my the darker color is, just to give like, just to get that 3D highlight effect that I'm going for. Next, I'm now going to try this Taos ink. It comes in 3 colors, Hollywood, 1992, and Queen Bee. So I think I am going to try the Queen Bee first. I swatched it earlier, and it's a nice little like gold. So I'm going to, you know, see how that works on top of what I've got. Okay. I'm just going to take this to sort of blend it out because it's coming up quite chalky in person. But, you know, there's nothing some Fix Plus and stuff can't fix on some blending. So it looks a world better already. So on top of that, just to add the last bit of color, I'm going to use my NYX blush in Double Dare. This is my favorite blush right now. It looks quite orange, but I don't know, with my skin tone it really works. So I just take a blush brush, I'm very light-handed with it, and I start out and come in. So I smile and just and then once I've done that, I go back in with my brush and just sort of assist it to settle into my face, you know. But, you know, I didn't use blush for the longest time, and then I've recently started again, and it really, really makes a world of difference. For my under eye, I'm just going to wear some eyeliner, just some black eyeliner and some mascara underneath. Okay, so I have gone and put some eyeliner on and some mascara on my under eyes. You can see the difference that makes to my face. I actually stopped using eyeliner for a very, very, very long time, and I've recently gotten back into it, and I don't even know why I ever stopped. I stopped for so long that I actually lost all of my pencil eyeliners, but, you know, hey. So this is pretty much, you know, my final look for the day. I always like to top it off with a setting spray, so I'll just spray this on my face, and it gets rid of that white cast, that chalky, powdery kind of, you know, vibe. I really shouldn't be doing this right now because I've just put on mascara underneath, so it might run. Let's hope it doesn't. if I keep my eyes super still. But yeah, this is pretty much it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I've actually enjoyed making this because I got to like talk to you guys and stuff and really explain what I'm trying to do. I hope you liked the look. I hope you enjoyed the video. Shout out to firsttimemoms.com. They were actually my inspiration behind this video, you know, helping people sort their makeup bags out and everything is something that I've always wanted to do. So I'm super happy I got this request from them, and I am grateful that you guys trusted my advice. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video, and I hope you enjoyed this one, and stay cute. Bye.